A look at Orlando's opening lineup. Wagner and Banchero, the talented forward pair. The backcourt is Suggs and Caldwell-Pope, and it's Carter in at the 5. And for Miami, they've got Andrew Wiggins. Jaime Jaquez out there with Bam Adebayo. Then there's Tyler Hero, and it's Ware in at the 5, roaming the paint. Brent, these teams know each other well, and safe to say, they don't particularly like each other.
And I think fans really gravitate towards that sort of dislike. It just puts an extra added ingredient of intensity on a game like this. So for the fan bases, this one's big.
Has to Ware. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
Team foul.
Here's Hero from the arc. And it's Ware missing. Up top, Banchero, hounded by Wiggins. Outside, Caldwell-Pope. Banchero with a screen on Hero. Back to Banchero. Three-pointer. Drills it from deep.
His ability to shoot off the catch is a big plus. Banchero has quick reactions, a really versatile scorer.
I'll say this, Banchero is a guy that opponents can't forget about for a second. And you see it in all the defensive attention he gets. Teams show him all kinds of different looks, and he draws a bunch of double teams in isolation. Here's Suggs, and a two-handed jam!
And how about the leaping ability of Suggs, getting off the floor with such ease?
Here's the pick. Suggs against Hero. Just 5 on the clock. Wiggins outside. And again, Miami with a triple.
And good awareness as Wiggins checks the clock, make sure he has enough time, gets a quality look.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Eric Spoelstra and I got a chance to catch up for a bit. He said watching tape in preparation for this game, Wendell Carter just kept showing up. Whether it was on the boards, being in the right position defensively, or even stretching the floor at the offensive end. Carter makes a lot of plays that help his team. Brian?
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Wagner inside. Out to the wing. The 3 from Banchero. It's hauled in by the Heat. And they've been producing at a high level.
No question. They're in a nice rhythm offensively.
Second team foul.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Now here's Banchero. Orlando again missing.
I admire the play call. They just couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
And sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here, hanging up there like that. Here's Wagner. The Heat making their last shot to halt the run. Jaquez grabs the board. 7-point spread. And Brent, the Heat always looking to compete year in, year out.
Well, for good reason. This team takes a lot of pride in giving themselves a chance every year. And the way the front office conducts their business is they believe they can put together the type of roster that is going to go out there and take care of things to put them in position to be successful.
Now here's Wiggins. Hero outside. He takes it in. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
On the wing, Suggs, hounded by Wiggins. And Suggs, here we go. Here's Banchero, plenty of space. Connects on the 17-footer. Banchero's got 5 points.
Yeah, this is a part of Banchero's game they'd like to develop here in the league.
51 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Adebayo. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
Yeah, the bully ball tonight has paid dividends. Highly effective down there with the physical play.
Man, Suggs can really move. And once he sees he has a clear path, he launches up for the dunk.
They set the screen. Here's Hero. Pass to Ware. To the right side. And here's Wiggins. Defended by Wagner. Shot clock at 5. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
Here's Hero. Pass to Ware. Got it up. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's the Miami Heat. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, what's your take on Miami so far?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
All right, this is how the floor looks for the Magic starting the second. On the wings, it's Caldwell Pope and Wagner. Banchero and Carter Jr. make up the front court. And it's Suggs in at point guard.
First team foul.
Adebayo, a screen on Suggs. Hero, the pass to Adebayo. Hero against Suggs. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to go on Jalen Suggs.
And the defense kind of forced that tricky play from Hero. He still gets the shot off while being fouled.
Well, Grant, as you always say, in the playoffs, you need a player who can score in isolation.
That's true, B.A. And in a 7-game series, defenses disrupt your set offense. If your stars can go mano-a-mano and create something out of nothing, that's often the best you can get.
Picked by Carter. Here's Caldwell Pope. And it's Miami with a rebound. Ware's got his 4th rebound in this one. Hero with it. Now Carter defending. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Pretty much having the green light on the offensive end. Tyler Hero gets explosive to score.
Hero against Caldwell Pope. Pass to Banchero. Wagner with a screen on Hero. 5 to shoot. Caldwell Pope's shot is off. Heat leading by 9. Well, after a decade of uncertainty, Magic fans now have a lot to cheer about.
This is the most optimism they've had around the team since the Dwight Howard era. And it centers around their young star, Paolo Banchero. He is going to be a force for a very long time.
Suggs against Wiggins. Suggs, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
Jaquez. Back to Hero. Wiggins outside. Oh, look how determined Wiggins is right there.
And how about Wiggins' ability to slither in there and slip past the contact for a finish?
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, Paolo Banchero grew up in Seattle playing pros every summer, and that gave him a huge leg up in the NBA. He said, quote, "They'd always tell me it's not as hard as you think. You just have to be focused and locked in." That's what led to me having that demeanor. Brian?
The 2023 Rookie of the Year, Allie. He hit the ground running. Adebayo, a screen on Suggs. Wiggins looking around. It's rebounded by Banchero. Magic trail by 13. To win the cold spell. Oh, Banchero throws it down.
He will muscle his way down the lane. Watch out when Banchero comes tumbling by.
Here's Hero. Pass to Ware. Adebayo against Suggs. here's Adebayo. He's guarded closely. The three ball. Orlando with the rebound. All by himself. Oh, Banchero throws it down.
In transition, Banchero already knows to turn on the Jets. I mean, he doesn't allow the defense to catch up on him at all.
Hero outside. Pass to Ware. Wiggins from long range. Ware. Now Jaquez. Stolen by Carter. Wagner for three. Here's Banchero. Outside Carter. Now here's Suggs. Offline with a three. There's 38 seconds left in the first half of this one. Here's Wiggins. Pass to Ware. The kick out to Wiggins. Adebayo sets a screen. Wiggins passes to Adebayo. The Heat need to get one up in a hurry. Beyond the arc. That's good from Jaquez. On the assist by Adebayo. Jaquez has gotten himself on the board with a three there. And Carroll with a screen on Wiggins. Here's Suggs. And the layup falls.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the three ball.
Wiggins right side. And it's in! Oh! Nails the buzzer beater! Are you kidding?
Makes his selection just in time.
Appreciate it, Allie. And we'll be coming right back after this break. Ready for the third quarter.
Get ready for the fast half-court shot. Give me a beat. They're measuring up the shot.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. How about Tyler Hero displaying all of his skills today?
He's been on the attack, playing hard and going right to the rim.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
We've got Kevin Love. Duncan Robinson is out there with Alec Burks. And it's Jovic in at the power forward position. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Here's Highsmith. Clock at 6. There's a screen by Love. And it's Highsmith missing. And here's Wagner. He'll bring it up for the Orlando Magic. It's a 10-point game. Well, Grant, the Miami Heat are as professionally run as any franchise in this league.
Yeah, and certain numbers point to that. They minimize turnovers, they don't commit cheap fouls, and they hit their free throws. So, in other words, they don't give anything away.
Hustle from Duncan there, outworking the defense. And he found his shot.
Black. Rebounded by Jovic. Miami leading by 9. Burks finds Robinson. And a big finish by Robinson.
Okay, Duncan, get up and show those hops.
Here's Black. And again, it's Orlando with a 3.
Wow, he doesn't make those kind of plays too often. Sweet move inside.
Outside Robinson. And there's a pick. Outside for Love. To the left wing. Here's Jovic. Trying to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Houston. Finished off the break.
And that was just moving the ball quickly. And he's rewarded at the end with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Pass to Burks. Here's Jovic. Launches it. It's hauled in by Black. In transition, the Magic on the run. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And now just a 4-point Heat lead.
They're doing the job on both ends, getting stops and attacking offensively.
Yeah, coaching staff probably loves this, just grinding out defensive possessions, which is helping them get back into their offensive flow.
Here's Love, and he drives in. It's tipped. Isaac outside. That one's good for 2. Isaac's got his first basket.
They're making smart adjustments, setting guys up for success.
The possession's just way more efficient, I think, here tonight, taking smarter, better shots, moving the ball around. That's helped them to get back in the ball game.
Here's Highsmith. Still no points. Good on the shot. And the Heat lead by 4.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Here's Black, defended by Burks. Kicks it out to Wagner. Buries it down low. Wagner's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, these teams are playing with incredible energy.
At least in the second half they have been. The first half wasn't played anywhere near this intense.
Burks passes to Jovic. Now here's Burks, guarded closely. Can't hit from in close.
I think he rushed that one just a little bit, thinking the defense was going to get close. They weren't.
Inside. Pass to Black. For the lead. Offensive rebound. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound Miami.
The smart play. Wait and take the final shot.
Every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
Pass to Robinson. Here's Houston. From downtown, the putback.
Hey, it's what every youth coach says. Follow your shot. This is why you do it, for those easy putbacks.
And we wrap up the third, and it looks like it's going to be an exciting fourth. And time for... And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Fourth quarter, on the court for the Magic. Banchero and Carter Jr. make up the front court. On the wings, it's Caldwell Pope and Wagner, and it's Suggs in at the 1. Pass to Ware. And here's Wiggins. Outside Jaquez, just 4 to shoot. Adebayo, a screen on Caldwell Pope. Hits the trifecta. And the Heat lead by 1.
And the defense is looking almost lost on the perimeter. That opens up a quality three-point shot, and he delivers.
Well, you concern yourself with the other guys who you think are going to damage you, and he stepped up and delivered that huge three-point shot.
Back to Suggs. And Carroll with a screen on Wiggins. Here's Suggs. Adebayo grabs the board. And so Hero will bring it up for Miami. Going inside. Lays it up and banks it in. And now a three-point Miami lead.
In a flash, Tyler Hero makes his way to the inside. Nice use of his athleticism.
Here's Suggs. And he throws it down with one hand.
Woo-wee! What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Defense has got to be better. Flat-out effort was not there.
And that's a clutch shot by a big-time shooter. And where's the D?
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth now. Pass to Caldwell Pope. And Carroll with a screen on Hero. for three, Caldwell Pope knocks down the triple.
Retaliation triple from KCP.
For Miami, they've gone 3 of 4 in the fourth and looking confident on offense. Hero, the pass to Wiggins. Kicks it to Hero. Stolen by Carter. And the Magic pushing it up now. And there's the lob. Banchero finishes with force inside.
Oh, no holding back from Banchero. He wants this team to be able to rely on him in these type of moments.
Caldwell Pope against Hero. Has to wear. 6 to shoot. It's hauled in by the Magic. Banchero's got 4 rebounds now. Now here's Wagner. 1:51 left in the fourth quarter. The kick out to Banchero. Back to Wagner. There's the triple. Offensive rebound. Carter. And it's slammed in by Carter.
I mean, the second effort from Carter Jr., real nice motor on this guy.
Hero against Suggs. And Kentavious Caldwell Pope picks up the foul. That's his first foul. 1:27 left in the fourth quarter. Wiggins gets a step. 6 on the shot clock. Outside Jaquez.
Shrewd defense there by KCP, using solid footwork to stay on the shooter.
Three-pointer. Fires hitting the triple. And the Magic lead by 6.
Well, if you came here looking for a scoring battle, I think you made the right choice.
Both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. It's going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
Here's Hero. Has to wear. Now Wiggins. To the middle. Picked it out of midair. And they're running. Here's Wagner. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
They've been battling all night. Now they're on the brink of putting this game away.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's
Oh, man!
Oh!
And Wiggins stepping up in a big moment. That's huge for this ball club.
And the call will be against Tyler Hero. That's his first foul of the game. Here's Orlando. They're on a 14-5 run. Now Caldwell Pope. Puts up a deep 3. No luck on that one. So the Magic win it. And they barely squeezed out the win here on the road.
And BA, the visiting team is always under some added pressure, but they made it work.
This matchup features two teams that want to slow things down and run their offense in the half court.
Yeah, both sides are methodical. They want to get into their sets and create quality looks and also have floor balance. I'd be surprised if we see a ton of fast break opportunities tonight.
So with Johnson on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. They've got Okongwu, Daniels out there with LeVert, and it's Nance, and it's Reza Shea in at the 3, the small forward. And so it's the Hawks getting on the board first. Back to Adebayo. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And inside is where Bam is at his best. He knows how to outwork the other guys in the paint.
Nance a screen on Hero. Here's LeVert. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. What a unique resume for Coach Quinn Snyder. Stan, he's coached in college. He's been overseas as a head coach. He's been in the G League. And now he is back in the NBA.
Yeah, and this guy's just a great coach. He's had teams that perform well at both ends of the floor. He's won everywhere he's been. And he's the only NBA coach I know of that's got a law degree on top of it.
So he's smart and he can coach. Oh, and by the way, he had a pretty good mentor in college, didn't he?
He certainly did.
Here's LeVert following the basket by Bam Adebayo. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today, but you can't make it that obvious.
Now, Hero, count that one.
More than a great jump shooter, Hero is a tremendous ball handler who can finish the drive with either hand.
Okongwu with a screen on Hero. And LeVert, here we go.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, you'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Here's Okongwu. And there it is for him.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
And it's in there.
Oh, and the touch on the interior. Hero can hit jumpers as well as capitalize in close.
LeVert against Hero. Okongwu with a screen on Hero. Pass to Okongwu. Nance outside. And a miss there on the triple. And so it's Liggins with it. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. And the call will be against Karis LeVert. That is his first foul of the game. Team foul. Here's Hero. Driving the lane. Tipped away. Stolen by LeVert. On the wing, Daniels. Reverses. Here's Okongwu. Nance with no one around. Nailed from three-point land.
And looking confident. When Nance can hit the jump shot, this offense becomes much more dynamic.
Hero with it. He's picked up by Nance. Gets it to go. That one good from Adebayo.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Now here's LeVert. 6 points for him. Lock at 6. Nance a screen on Hackett. For 3. And it's Reza Shea missing. It's stolen by Nance. And Nance slams it in.
And great job by Nance attacking at the rim. That's why you scout for effort players that do it consistently every night.
Now, Hero. Here's Hackett. Okongwu grabs the board. 50 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Knocked loose. LeVert the pass to Okongwu. Back to LeVert. Just 4 to shoot. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Hero against LeVert. Right side Hero. And there's the call on Rizashay. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Adebayo with a screen on LeVert. Shot clock at 5. Gets it to go. That one good from Adebayo. Adebayo's got 9.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Here's LeVert. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Karis LeVert has been on display for Atlanta. He notched 8 points in the quarter. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Hawks.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And another thing, guys, they've been very active tonight, frequently creating scoring opportunities off turnovers.
So Johnson sitting on the bench. Here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. They've got Rizashay. Okongwu is out there with Larry Nance. Then it's Daniels, and it's LeVert in at the point. Instead, it seems like time and again, the Heat uncover those hidden gems, turning unknowns into big contributors.
That's one of the things they do best, Kevin. The list of names like that is long, but look no further than Udonis Haslem, whose jersey they retired last season. Their hard work culture seems to breed those kind of success stories.
Here's Hackett. Has to Ware. They set the pick. Wiggins with it. Okongwu covering. Ware kicks to Adebayo. 6 on the shot clock. Over Nance. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Adebayo's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for Miami. Okongwu with a screen on Hero. Here's LeVert. That one goes in for him too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
And got to push LeVert out of that area because he's very comfortable looking to score from there.
And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Bangs home the trifecta. Wiggins has got himself going there. His first points of the game in the deep ball. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. LeVert kicks to Okongwu. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. Okongwu's now got 5 now.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Pass to Wiggins. With the drive. LeVert grabs the miss.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
And that one's good. Rizashay. Stan, when I think of you as a coach, I think defense. So let me put you on the spot as you assess the wing defenders in the NBA right now. Who are some of the top 2 or 3 that you notice?
Well, look, there's so many good ones. My favorite right now is Lou Dort because he's so strong, he's so disciplined, and he has an amazing ability to use his body even against guys that are a lot taller. He is a frustrating guy for great scorers to play against.
Now, he brought a lot to the NBA, but haven't the Thunder done a good job developing that kid?
Well, they have, and look, they've got other great defenders too, like Jalen Williams.
Here's Daniels, rips down the breakaway slam.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Here's Wiggins. Has to Ware. Got a piece of it. Over in the corner, Hero. Adebayo with a screen for Jaquez. Inside, lots of room. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Jaquez has got his first points of the night. Hero against LeVert. Trips it home after the terrific move.
And LeVert is playing with such passion on offense. He's just not afraid to play a big role on that end.
Here's Hero. There's the three. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to Rizachet. 29 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And he drops it in from the low post. And it's a 5-point Hawks lead.
No, that's a great sign for Rizachet, proving he can handle the physicality of the NBA.
And the foul on Dyson Daniel. That's his first foul. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Hawks lead by 5. And a chance now. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. One of the stories here, guys, Caris LeVert getting it done today.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Alec Burks is out there with Robinson. Then there's Kevin Love, and it's Highsmith in at the 3 spot. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with.
And how about the find by Trey, making sure he keeps his teammates involved.
We're talking about Trae Young here, GA. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. I mean, you love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
And for those of you tuning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Clock at 6. Shoots the 3. They get it back. Kicks it out to Johnson. Capella sets a screen for Johnson. And another shot. Back to Capella. Pass to man. There's the triple. Here's Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
And that's Capella getting rewarded for his effort on the glass. Love when that kind of hustle pays off.
Burks against Young. Burks the pass to Jovic. Back to Burks. Pass to Jovic. Cranes it from beyond the arc.
Yeah, showing off that ability to stretch the floor. Seems like everyone is a threat at the arc these days.
It's Young on the wing. Burks covering. Young looking around. teardrop falls in.
When you watch Young, there's that courage to his game.
Here's Burks to the right side. Love outside. There's the steal. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Here's Mann, and that one is hammered home.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
So, Stan, you can talk about this. We always hear about heat culture, the Miami franchise, from top to bottom. Everybody is all in and focused in one direction, aren't they?
Yeah, Kevin, I think that is the greatest strength the Heat have had as an organization, is they are all on the same page. And I think they've done it in large part is they have great continuity. If you just look up and down their staff, guys have been there forever. And that allows them to have a very consistent culture.
And teams have tried to copy that, and it's been very hard, hasn't it?
Well, it's been hard because the part they leave out is the consistency part. You can't build that kind of culture when you're making changes with your coaching staff and your front office every 2 to 3 years.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Good. Johnson's got the lead up to 12 now for the Hawks.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
There's a screen. So here's Burks. No scoring in this one. Fires the three. Kept alive.
And you are going to pay every time you don't box out Love. He has a real nose for coming up with those offensive putbacks.
We've got 28 seconds left to play in the third. Capella with a screen on Burks. Young outside. Connects from three-point range. Young's got 5 points in the quarter.
Nice and composed on that three there. Trey giving his fundamentals all of his attention.
It's a pick by Love. Burks for three. Sinks the triple. Burks has got his first 3 points of the game. Young outside. He gets it up. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Hawks ahead. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Yeah, well, this is the diversification of positions in this league. Everyone does everything now.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. So with Johnson sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. We've got Larry Nance. Karis LeVert is out there with Daniel. Then it's Okongwu, and it's Reza Shea in at the small forward. And even 3-on-3 break. Nance with it. Picked up by Hero. And the league giving a bit more leeway, GA, to defenders. As a hard-nosed defender yourself, I'm sure you like that change.
Oh, I do. I mean, we all love the intensity of playoff basketball. So why not bring a certain level of physicality to the regular season?
Atlanta leading by 14. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. LeVert finds Okongwu. Shot clock at 6. LeVert up top. He's covered by Hero.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option now.
LeVert against Hawkins. Adebayo, high post. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
No hesitation from Adebayo there. I had to love seeing him taking this shot with confidence.
LeVert with it. Picked up by Hero. Daniels, no good. The Heat trail by 12. It's tipped. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Here's Hero. Rebound, Atlanta. Now Daniels. And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Nance outside. 6 to shoot. Back to Daniels. For the 3. The Hawks again can't hit. Heat have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. And the foul on Dyson Daniels. That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul.
Hero against LeVert. It will go down, and the Hawks' lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from Wynn.
Well, you love the unselfishness. Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
Here's LeVert. And it's Miami with the rebound. Ware's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Outside, Hero. There's the pick. Here's Ware, covered by Okongwu. That's good, and the Atlanta lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Wynn.
And what a dime from Bam. He's really skilled at looking for and finding his teammate.
There's a minute 40 left to play here in the fourth.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Adebayo with a screen for Hawkins. The shake. Clock at 4. Back to Adebayo. Nance with the rebound. Atlanta leading by 10.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Hawks.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Caris LeVert.
Yeah, you know, he was a man on a mission in this one. The defense had absolutely no answers for him tonight.
Good on the second free throw. And this past offseason stand was pivotal for the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, they've been at a crossroads, Kevin, every offseason since their Eastern Conference Finals run in 2021. But after missing out on the playoffs last season, changes seemed inevitable.
And LeVert, here we go. It's hauled in by the Heat. Adebayo with the ball. Okongwu covering. The shot by Adebayo, no good. They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though, and he sinks the second.
And that should be enough to get the job done, even though he didn't get all of it.
And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for Miami. 11-point game. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. So for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony.
And so off the tip, it's the Magic. Now Atlanta starting 5. Larry Nance is out there with a Kongwu. Then there's Dyson Daniels. Then it's Rizachet. And it's Young in at the point. Now here's Banchero. Wagner for 3. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
And that was from way outside. Wagner's confidence, really exceptional.
Young from long range. Caldwell Pope pulls it in.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide-open look in space there.
He didn't have his feet planted.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
And it's Wagner missing.
With that much room around him, it's hard to imagine he could have gotten a better shot.
And the Magic surprising many league-wide, Clark, with how they've broken through.
And the way they're winning, I might add. I mean, rugged physical defense is their identity and calling card. Not necessarily what you expect to see from a young team, B.A.
Orlando with the ball. After the Hawks picking up a basket just moments ago.
Almost too wide open there. That's like a warm-up jumper for him.
Knocked loose. All alone on the break. Here's Caldwell Pope. Hammers it down. Goes coast to coast.
And Caldwell Pope's energy, infectious. Defense leading to offense. Love what I see and get from KCP.
Now here's Young. And it's blocked. Here's the break. And it's slammed in by Carter.
With obvious length and jumping ability, Carter Jr. can get it going above the rim and make it look easy.
Suggs against Young. Pass to Nance. Here's Daniels. Nance with a screen on Caldwell Pope. 5 on the clock. Here's Daniels. Three-pointer, no good. The Magic have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Off target from three-point range. Atlanta's gone 0 for 2 from outside. Now we'll go to Allie LaForce, who had a chance to talk with head coach Jamal Mosley.
We talked about star guard Trae Young, their biggest problem tonight. Coach said Young is one of the most explosive offensive guys in this league. We want to make him a volume scorer. Force Trae into lower percentage looks. Should be a fascinating matchup, B.A.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Suggs, no good.
That's a shot he'd like back. He's usually going to make those.
One thing this team loves about Jalen Suggs, he is one tough guard, Clark.
Hey, he was the state football player of the year in high school. And you don't just forget about how to be tough when you've done what he's done on the gridiron. And it translates extremely well to the hardwood. I think he's one of the better on-ball defenders in the league right now. Yeah, rising up well to finish off the dunk with power. Tremendous athleticism by Kentavious Caldwell Pope, KCP.
Nance with a screen on Suggs. And Young, here we go, uses the glass on the layup.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Suggs. Yet to see a basket. Pulls it. Jump shot is good that time.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Here's Young. It's a three-point game. There's 57 seconds left in the first. Drops in the layup for two.
Nice work inside from Young. Not afraid of trying his luck down there.
Suggs outside. There's the three. The putback. Okongwu with the rebound. The Hawks have gone 5 of 8. Solid opening quarter for them. Outside Young. Out of bounds. Hawks ball as Atlanta keeps possession.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
27 seconds left in the first quarter. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Okongwu. Takes a three. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
As a big, unless you're a dedicated rim runner, have to be some kind of threat from distance.
Carter banked it in off the glass.
This is where Carter Jr. is most comfortable, in my opinion. Feels like he can score at will from there.
Picked up by Okongwu. Now Young over Suggs. It's all tied in Orlando. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And for the Magic guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
Yeah, I like the way they play. They're looking to get up and down the court every time. Racehorse basketball here tonight. Strap it up. Don't look down. You'll miss something.
Wagner and Banchero, the talented forward pair. The backcourt is Suggs and Caldwell Pope, and it's Carter in at center, filling out the middle. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic.
Right there. I mean, Carter using his instincts and his motor to track down the miss and convert it into second chance points. That's just really good work.
All right, Grant, which U.S.-born player do you think has the best chance to supplant LeBron as the face of the league?
Oh, man, you're putting me on the spot, B.A. Well, the conversation has to be between Jason Tatum, Ja Morant, and Anthony Edwards. They're the best young talent that the U.S. has to offer, and they're only getting better.
Active hands prevented an easy bucket that time.
Oh, the dunk by Okongwu!
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scales.
Now here's Young. He's got 7. There's a screen. And they call an illegal screen here.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
A minute and a half gone in the second quarter. Caldwell Pope's shot is off. The Hawks have gone 3 of 3 to begin the second. Pass to Rizachet. That's in. Coming off an assist from Young. Young's got his 5th assist in this one.
And there's the ability to finish for Rizachet. Nobody scares him at the rim. I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Young can't hit. And Suggs has got the ball here for the Orlando Magic. Wagner, the pass to Suggs. Nance pulls down the board. Nance has got 4 rebounds in the game. And the foul called on Jalen Suggs. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Young. He's got 7. Nance with a screen on Suggs. Young against Suggs. Clock at 6. The floater. Fearless from Young inside.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Magic trail by 4. Well, Grant, aside from making the East Finals in 2021, how would you assess Trae Young's teams?
Well, they're always solid offensive teams. But Trae is the type of player that you need to surround with defensive-minded guys, and he hasn't really had that.
Now, for those joining us now, we're in the second quarter, about 3 minutes gone by. Pass to Okongwu. Launches a 3. That's in. Coming off an assist from Young. Young's got 6 assists here tonight.
Yeah, defensively, if you come off someone, Young will find him.
Now here's Suggs. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Suggs has got 4 points in the quarter.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Young inside. He's covered by Suggs. And that one's good. Young. And the Hawks lead by 7.
The control of Young, unleashing a devastating dribble move and finding the shot.
For 3, Caldwell Pope connects from downtown. Caldwell Pope's got 10 points in the game.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, this young Magic roster has chemistry. Coach Jamal Mosley said they're so tied together. It's just organic. They're happy in creating these relationships over time, and it's because they're all just good kids that like being around each other. Guys, that's what you want.
Yeah, no question. Something to build on, Allie. Thank you. There's Young with the 3. Orlando with the rebound. Ben Carroll's got 4 rebounds now. Caldwell Pope with it. Now Okongwu defending. That's tipped. Back to Caldwell Pope. 24 seconds left to play in the first half of basketball. Hits the 3-pointer.
Yeah, and once he gets the switch turned on, Caldwell Pope is not going to be slowed down. He can heat up quickly.
Young looking over the floor. It's rebounded by Banchero. Wagner, the pass to Banchero. It could go. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And the first half comes to a conclusion. Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third quarter right after this. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. Without question, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope displaying his skills today.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
On the court for the Hawks, Jalen Johnson is out there with George Niang. Then it's Karis LeVert. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's Mann in at the 2.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
Here's Black. He's checked by LeVert. Wagner with a screen on LeVert. Black, no good. The Hawks lead by 3. And here's Mann. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Here's Mann. After the basket by Orlando. Just 5 on the clock. Inside. Here's Johnson. Orlando with the rebound.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
Here's De Silva. That misses. Had a chance to tie it. Atlanta's gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Man, the pass to Niang. Back to Man. And out of bounds. The Magic will take it.
I'm not sure whose fault that was, guys, but they need to get on the same page here.
"90 seconds into the second half now. Here's Black. Picked by Isaac. Goes up from the top of the key. Capella with a rebound. Atlanta leading by 3. LeVert outside. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Capella, the pass to LeVert. Shot clock at 6. To the inside. Isaac with the steal. Here's De Silva. He's checked by LeVert. Pass to Isaac. Here's De Silva. Over LeVert. And once again, off the mark by Orlando. And now the Hawks on the break. Niang, the pass to LeVert. Back to Niang.
Second team foul.
Here's LeVert. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Down low. Pass to Johnson. LeVert with the ball. 5 on the clock. Now here's Capella to snap the cold streak. And once again, off the mark by Atlanta. 1:57 left in the third. Here's De Silva. And the layup is good off the glass.
Soft interior D, and they've exploited it.
The Hawks have gone just 1 of 3 in the second half. Niang outside. On the wing man. Niang a screen. Lets it fly. And Atlanta misses again. Orlando has gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. For the lead. And the layup is good by Isaac. Isaac's got his first points of the night.
Well, you look at Isaac. He's got a nice ability now to finish inside. Very impressive.
Johnson on the wing. Drives to the hoop. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
And so here is Orlando after the Hawks picking up a basket just moments ago. Here's Black. He's checked by LeVert. From outside, off the mark. The Hawks have gone 2 of 5 in this third quarter. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Outside man. Pass to LeVert. The Hawks need to get one up here. Capella can't get it to go. It's stolen by Johnson. It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. The Hawks on top. They're up. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. They've got Mo Wagner and And it's Isaac in at the power forward position. That's who's out there for Orlando. A line change here for Orlando. Outside Young. Young drives it in. Finds it again. 6 for 12 and remaining assertive.
Yeah, he can light up the stat sheet. Young really putting on a clinic.
Suggs with it. From deep three-point land. He's off on that one. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. 3-point lead. About 1 minute played here in the fourth quarter. And it's all from three-point range.
Oh, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
For three, Caldwell Pope. They get the rebound. Banchero. Oh, Banchero throws it down.
Oh, what tenacity on the boards. Banchero takes pleasure in capitalizing on the offensive glass.
Now here's Young. Pass to Daniels. Okongwu, a screen on Caldwell Pope. And he dunks it down.
Get it, young fella. Dyson Daniels has a lot of tools, showing his hops on that one.
Young against Caldwell Pope. Banchero the screen. Outside, Caldwell Pope. 6 to shoot. Banchero the screen. Young against Caldwell Pope. Beats the shot clock, but can't get it to fall. The Hawks lead by 3. Left side, Young. Back to Daniels. Pass to Rizachet. Now Young. Here's Rizachet. Defended by Wagner. Here's Rizachet. Off the mark there with a 3. Wagner outside. Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. To tie it up. Okongwu with the rebound. Okongwu's got 4 rebounds in the game. Young with it. Wagner picks him up. And Nance gets it to go on the assist from Young. Young's got his 7th assist here tonight. Picked by Carter. The 3 from Suggs. The long distance 3 is buried.
Jalen Suggs was known for knocking down big-time hoops in college, and we're already seeing it translate here in the NBA as well. Great confidence from that young man.
Now here's Young. Who poked away. And they're on the break. Here's Wagner. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Getting it done at both ends. Franz Wagner from Germany doing it in the US of A.
Young finds Nance. Jacks up a 3. Cash. Trae Young with a triple.
You see the trust Young's guys have in him. When they need a bucket, he gets it for them.
Caldwell Pope against Young. Caldwell Pope with a drive. Now here's Banchero. Defense is right there. Shot clock at 5. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Atlanta's gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. Young inside. He's covered by Caldwell Pope. Back to Young. Into the lane. And he sinks it.
And this is why Young is a go-to guy. He can get it done even under the toughest circumstances.
Banchero the screen. It's Suggs with a drive. Count it!
Suggs adding another big play to his resume. Incredible.
Important possession here.
Yeah, we'll see how they execute under pressure.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Right side, Young. Okongwu, a screen on Suggs. Yes!
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Give yourself a round of applause.
There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Caldwell Pope's shot is off. Deflected. So it's Atlanta picking up the win. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well. All right, Allie, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and
night of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will join us momentarily. So here's Miami's starting group. They've got Wiggins. Adebayo is out there with Jaime Jaquez. Then it's Tyler Hero. And it's Ware in at the center. And for the Magic, Wagner and Banchero are the forwards. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. And it's Carter in at the 5, roaming the paint. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
This close to the rim, Wiggins can make it look pretty effortless. He just pops it in.
Caldwell Pope with the screen on Wiggins. And it's Suggs missing. Carter against Wiggins. Takes it inside. Adebayo finds Wiggins. Here's Ware. That ball's nice feed that time from Wiggins.
And Wiggins is a capable passer, someone that wants to hit a guy in the right spot.
Suggs looking around. From the arc, here's Banchero. Bangs home the trifecta.
And this is something Banchero continues to hone, wanting to become a dangerous threat from deep.
From Rookie of the Year in 2023 to an All-Star Greg in 2024, Paolo Banchero.
And Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? Few players hit the ground running like Banchero has, becoming an elite competitor people fear almost instantly.
Hero, no good.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
The Heat have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's the screen. Over to the wing. From deep. Ware, good. Ware's got 5.
Hero knowing about the whens and the wheres for an assist.
Banchero is screened for Suggs. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
I had a chance to catch up with Jamal Mosley. They were raving about an opposing player, in this case, Andrew Wiggins. Coach said, I have tons of respect for Wiggins. 100% effort on both ends. Andrew can beat you scoring it, but he can also be a shutdown defender. High praise for Wiggins, the former first overall pick. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point lane.
Wiggins surveying the floor. Pass to Ware. Shot clock at 6. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Here's Ware. He's defended by Wagner. Ware, no good.
It just seemed like they were out of sync and waited way too long.
And Greg, the way Orlando ended last season has really fueled their fire for this year.
Yeah, I mean, a tough loss to Cleveland in Game 7 of the opening round. But it's hard to win in this league without first incurring some battle scars.
Jaquez outside. Adebayo kicks to Hero. Adebayo with a screen for Hero. Back to Adebayo. The Heat need to get a shot off. Here's Jaquez. That one falls coming off Adebayo's feet.
And Bam dropping another dime, never shy about sharing the ball.
Here's Suggs. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitors.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
There's a screen. Here's Hero. Pass to Ware. Now here's Wiggins. And Wiggins throws it down hard.
And how about the acrobatics from Andrew Wiggins? Way up that time.
Caldwell Pope with the screen on Wiggins. Suggs, and he uses the glass on the layup. Suggs has got his second basket of the night.
Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Hero against Suggs. Has to Ware. In the corner, it's Wiggins. And he drives in. The shot, no good. Nice defense from Wagner. Three-pointer. The shot off that time. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Heat out front. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've been seeing from the Heat, guys.
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. Adebayo is out there with Jaime Jaquez. Then it's Tyler Hero. Then it's Andrew Wiggins. And it's Ware in at the center. And it's Suggs missing. The Heat with the lead. Wiggins in the post. He's covered by Suggs. Now here's Adebayo. He has yet to score. Caldwell Pope against Hero. From deep, Adebayo. Orlando grabs the miss. Well, G.A. Adebayo came from very humble beginnings.
Yeah, raised by his mother. And Kevin Bam's main motivation in life was to get her out of that trailer. He worked extremely hard and now arguably a top 25 player.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Last season, the Magic retired the first jersey number in their franchise's history, that of our esteemed colleague and Hall of Famer, Shaquille O'Neal. Orlando's #1 pick back in 1992, Shaq went on to lead them to their first NBA Finals appearance in 1995. The honor is well-deserved, Kevin.
Yep, he's our teammate, isn't he, David? We love him as a guy, and we love him as a player. Five on the clock. Carter with a screen on Adebayo. They get it again.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Miami trailing. Wiggins outside. They set the screen out to the right wing. Ware kicks to Wiggins. Pass to Ware. The three. A three-pointer is right on target. Ware's got 8.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Banchero with screen on Wiggins. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The Heat have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. To the middle. Here's Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
Nothing to force here. Wiggins patient, and he found the open man.
Banchero is screened for Caldwell Pope. Lets it go with the 3. And he's good on the 3-ball. Caldwell Pope's got his second bucket. And eventually every player GA has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or two against the young fellas. And sometimes that is a very slow realization.
Oh, it is, Kevin. Hopefully, by that point, it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game.
Driving in, and the dunk to finish it off. Ah, beauty.
Used the speed and got to the lane to convert. KCP saw a sliver of daylight, and he took it.
For Miami, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Hero kicks to Wiggins. They set the pick. Right wing. Kicks it out to Hero. Down low. Here's Ware. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
And how about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
Carter dishes to Caldwell Pope. Oh, good on the three. Miami leading by 3. There's a good screen. Here's Wiggins. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And how about Wiggins' ability to slither in there and slip past the contact for a finish?
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Caldwell Pope on the wing. He's covered by Hero. Caldwell Pope on the wing. 8 points for him. Here's Wiggins. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. Up in time. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Andrew Wiggins in this game, he's been everywhere.
That first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
Yeah, the defense has got to be a little bit embarrassed. There is no reason why he should just be on top of that rim.
They've got Jonathan Isaac. He's out there with Wagner. And it's Houston in at the shooting guard position. That's who's out there for Orlando. And he gets the bucket. Robinson's got the lead. Back up to 5 now for Miami.
Nice long strides for Duncan Robinson to get to that shot.
And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. I think that's some big dough.
Is it ever? It remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while.
Outside Robinson. And finished off by Robinson.
How about Duncan rising up there and showing he's got the ability to throw it down.
Here's Black. Burks covering. Black in the post, and the layup is good. Black's got 5 points now this quarter.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Here's Highsmith. Outside for Robinson. And it's Wagner with the rebound.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. And so it's Burks bringing it up now for Miami. The lead is 2. Pass to Love. Back to Burks. Here's Jovic. Goes up with the stripe. Burks' shot is good. Burks has got his first 2 points of the night.
And you got to get up tighter than that. Some players you can give that much room to, but not him.
Black in the post. Burks covering, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to go on Alec Burks. The Magic shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%. right around the middle of the road.
One thing you can pretty much count on with the Heat, Brent Barry, they're going to grind it out.
Yeah, this team has always been built around tenacity and toughness. Even with the big three, with LeBron, D-Wade, and Wash, there was a bit of a metamorphosis with the way LeBron approached games. Kind of being hated on was something they embraced, and that culture demands that hustle, accountability, and will consistently be about their culture.
Black kicks to Wagner. Hits it from three-point range. Wagner's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Does so much out there to stretch out the defense when he's out on the perimeter, and he drains the triple.
Now, here's Burks. Defense is right there. Burks on the wing. There's the pick. And there's another one for the Heat.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
The Magic shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Here's Robinson. We've got 1:18 left here in the 3rd quarter. Love outside. Outside for Robinson. Pass to Jovic. Fires for 3. And it's Wagner with the rebound.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt. Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Here's Jovic. Takes the 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Jovic has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. He takes it in.
And sometimes as a point guard, you gotta take things into your own hands.
Yeah, right. It's okay to be selfish when you have a chance like that.
Well, if he's calling his own number, there's a reason for it. There you respect the decision-making from him out there.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Burks. He's got a clear path. Here's Black. The shot goes down and gets this game back to even. Black's got 11 points in the quarter.
And you can see the importance of that steal. Really a 4-point swing with the conversion at the other end.
Here's Jovic. Shoots over Isaac. And no good on the last second attempt this time. It's all tied in Orlando. And we're coming right back after this break to get the 4th quarter. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this 4th quarter promises to be a good one. Heat shooting a tremendous 61% from the floor, hitting at all cylinders. On the floor for Miami starting the 4th. We've got Jaime Jaquez, Hero out there with Wiggins. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Ware in at the center, locking down the middle. Just 5 to shoot. Teardrop shot, and Wiggins with the layup. Wiggins has got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Miami. Suggs against Wiggins. Driving to the basket. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Andrew Wiggins. And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. And so here is Miami. And that's a foul called on Franz Wagner. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Wiggins. Pass to Ware from outside the arc. That ball's nice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got 4 assists in the game. Wiggins against Suggs. And it's Wagner missing.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming.
Pass to Hero. They set the pick. Here's Ware. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he lays it straight in. And it's a 4-point Heat lead.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Miami's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Wiggins in the post. He's covered by Suggs. Right side Hero. Launches a 3. It's hauled in by the Magic.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And finished off by Banchero.
And this kid is just a natural-born scorer. Banchero can post you up, face you up, and also beat you in transition.
Here's Ware. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Ware passes to Wiggins. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
Orlando, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Here's Suggs, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Suggs has got it all tied up now for Orlando.
Bigger than your average guard, Suggs can score all around the floor, including down low.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
There's the screen. Wiggins kicks to Ware, and he drives in.
And just a disciplined defender. Carter Jr. uses his instincts to make his opponent uncomfortable.
Caldwell Pope against Hackett. Caldwell Pope right side. He's off from 17 feet. Miami's on 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Wiggins passes to Adebayo. Hackett with the ball. Back to Adebayo. Pass to Hackett. Over Caldwell Pope. And count it from 19 feet away. And the Heat lead by 2.
And there is some intelligence behind the passing of Adebayo. Not flashy, but making smart ones.
Carter with a screen on Hero. Here's Caldwell Pope. Good! A huge shot to tie it up.
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Marquez against Caldwell Pope. Marquez outside. The rebound by Caldwell Pope. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Carter outside. Banchero right side. Carter kicks to Caldwell Pope. To take the lead. Count it!
And Caldwell Pope not letting the pressure of the moment affect his focus.
Adebayo with a screen for Wiggins. Adebayo passes to Hero. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Hero from long range. Oh, he couldn't make that shot go to force overtime. And so the big win by Orlando in a tight game. That was a fun night of basketball. Fabulous finish.
This is Brian Amp. All right, now let's check out the starters for the Miami Heat. Tyler Hero is out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then it's Jaime Jaquez. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Ware in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Atlanta, Larry Nance is out there with Okongwu. Then it's Karis LeVert. Then it's Rizachet. And it's Daniels in at the shooting guard. Hero with the bucket. Well, Grant, when you take a look at this matchup, both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
Hero against LeVert. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The three from Rizachet. They get the rebound. Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. That one misses for Hero. And six-man, a common term in basketball, has a unique meaning for the Atlanta Hawks, Grant.
Yeah, it's the name of their fan base. Extremely loyal and passionate. And they've swayed the outcome of games.
Jaquez, that's good.
Hey, good to get him going right away. I mean, those are the shots that really boost confidence.
Yeah, it's always nice to see him drop in a triple early in the game. That'll set him up for success the rest of the way.
LeVert attacking.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Here's Atlanta with the ball. It's a three-point game.
On the fast break, LeVert's energy is everything. He sticks with the play the whole way and sinks it.
Pass to Wiggins. And he jams it home with authority.
Yeah, what a creative dunker Wiggins is. It's really fun watching him rise up and finish with power.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Quinn Snyder. We chatted about strategy against Andrew Wiggins, and Coach put it simply. He said, quote, "We just got to stay on him at the arc on the inside. We can't let him give our defenders the slip." So the defense is going to try to stay as glued to the nimble Wiggins as possible for this one.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. Shot is good by Nance.
Nice pass by Rizachet. You can already see he has a high basketball IQ.
Wiggins outside. Drops in the three. Wiggins got 5 points.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
LeVert goes against Hero. LeVert outside. Pass to Nance. Back to LeVert. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It's on Tyler Hero.
And when healthy, LeVert is a problem. A multi-dimensional guard who can score, pass, and rebound at an impressive clip.
Both free throws good for LeVert. Here's Hero. First quarter of basketball. Just over 2.5 minutes played so far. Wiggins outside. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Making it look so easy. Wiggins has crazy hops. Can really get up there.
Hero against LeVert. Out to the right wing. Here's Okongwu. Back to LeVert. 5 to shoot. Puts it up from 15. Okongwu, the pass to Nance. Here's Daniels. Second shot opportunity. Nance can't get it to go.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
Put Hero anywhere on the arc, and he'll shoot it. I mean, he is so confident.
Takes it inside. Throws it down despite a man right in his face. Opportunity here to make it a three-point play.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
Yeah, a versatile player. Hero is terrific at sensing when his guys are open.
Here's LeVert. And he banks in the layup. LeVert's got 8 points.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
You're coming in at full speed. Hero was just too quick.
Hawks trail by 8. And here's LeVert. Give him 8. Pass to Rizachet. The kick out to Nance. There's the drive. Oh, breaks the dunk off the deceptive pump fake. Miami leading by 8. Wiggins with it. Now LeVert defending. Here's Jaquez. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Now here's Okongwu. No points yet. Here's Wiggins. They set a pick. Driving in. And that one is hammered home.
And early on, they've been on a tear. Just getting whatever they want offensively.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
And so it's the Miami Heat earning this break in the action, up 10. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Miami.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And another thing, they've been on the attack tonight, going right at defenders with the ball in their hands early.
Okongwu out there with Larry Nance. Then there's Dyson Daniels. Then it's Karis LeVert, and it's Rizachet in at the 3. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hawks. And coach, with Okongwu adding a 3 to his game, it's hard to keep him off the floor now.
It is, Brian, and he can do a lot for a team when he plays. He can now spread out the floor. He can guard multiple positions. But the main thing Okongwu does is he is all over the glass.
Jaquez against LeVert. Adebayo passes to Hero. Adebayo sets a screen. It's Wiggins on the wing. Just 5 on the clock. The rebound by Atlanta.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
LeVert outside. Okongwu, a screen on Hero. LeVert goes against Hero. Nance for 3. Knocks down the long J. Nance has got 5 now.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Has to Ware. Now here's Wiggins. Whoa, Wiggins with feeling.
Yeah, showing some toughness right there. I like whenever Wiggins outmuscles the defense and capitalizes.
Well, Grant, you played on some very tight-knit teams. Talk to us about chemistry.
Well, B.A., you know, in some sports, chemistry is not a big issue, but in basketball, it is huge. You have to trust and believe in your teammates, and it has to be a unit, not 5 separate individuals.
On the wing, Daniels, hounded by Wiggins. Here's Daniels, and he buries his first look.
Inside, Daniels really uses his agility, getting nimble to find himself a shot.
Pass to Jaquez. Gets the 3 ball to go. He's got 9.
Well, hey, you give him some daylight, he can knock it down.
LeVert goes against Hero. LeVert outside to the paint. From behind the arc. Another 3 for Atlanta.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a 3-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Here's Adebayo. And Adebayo slams it in.
A tireless worker at both ends. Adebayo imposing his will that time on the offensive glass.
Hero against LeVert. Here's Nance. No good. Good D by Adebayo. Well, Coach, how about the Eric Spoelstra story? Start. Oh, okay.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, stunning play by Wiggins. Speeding inside and just rocketing up to the hoop.
And he gets it to go. Ricochet's got his second basket of the game.
An aggressive move. Takes it strong, and there's no help defensively.
Has to Ware. Kicks it to Hero. And here's Jaquez. The three-pointer off the mark. Now here's Okongwu. He's guarded closely. Nance sinks his third bucket. He's 3 for 6 now.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Hero with it. Now Okongwu defending. Here's Ware. No made baskets yet. And the foul called on Caris LeVert. That's his first foul of the game. 58 seconds left in the first half. Here's Hero. Oh, it's stolen by LeVert.
Well, that's just great awareness. He was ready and took advantage.
Pass to Daniels from downtown. The rebound by Ware.
I can't believe he missed that three. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be given.
Back to Wiggins. Here's Jaquez. Puts up a three. Sinks it from distance. Jaquez has got 6 points in the quarter.
And making the extra pass. Wiggins' teammates appreciate his willingness to get it to them when they're uncovered.
Daniels, that one's true.
It's fun for us to sit back and watch him go to work. But that's our job, not the defense's. They left him too open on that play.
On the attack, Hero. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Come on, B.A. He sure can rise.
Grant, that's as good as it gets. One of the best in the league. Nance with a screen on Hero. LeVert outside with 1 on the clock. And he sinks the layup. LeVert's got 13.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Miami out in front, up 7. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. How about Andrew Wiggins? Man, is he playing well.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
And let's take a look at Miami. They've got Alec Burks. He's out there with Duncan Robinson. And it's Love in at the 5. Count that bucket. Niang's gotten his first bucket of the night.
Yeah, defensively, if you come off someone, Young will find him.
Here's Burks. Popping in on the layup. And the Heat lead by 7.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
Well, Coach, we know how good Young is offensively, but he gets heavy criticism for his defense.
Yeah, look, and at 6'1", 164 pounds, he has some obvious limitations, Brian, but he's shown improved effort as a defender, and it shows in his defensive rating.
And you have to have that scoring ability on the floor. And with today's switching defensive style, versatile wing players are tremendously in demand, Coach.
Yeah, well, position now, Brian, comes down to who can you guard, and guys that can guard 3, 4, 5 different positions. Those 6'7", 6'8" guys are often able to do that, and they are extremely valuable.
Pass to Johnson. Soft touch off the glass.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
the left side wing. Here's Highsmith. Off target from outside. Hawks trail by 4. Just over 1.5 minutes have passed in the third quarter. Pass to Young. Capella, screen on Robinson. Young, the pass to Capella. That one's good, and it's Young with the assist. Young's got 3 assists tonight.
Inside, Capella's physical ability makes the difference. He can get vertical, bump with you, whatever it takes.
Burks for 3. Again, the Heat misses. Atlanta's gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Here's Mann for the tie. And it's good on the layup. Mann's got his first points of the game.
You can really see their confidence growing as this game has gone on. They have reason to believe now.
Yeah, they're in this one. They have some momentum on their side, and they just need to keep up the intensity.
Niang up top. Capella inside. Love's there. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Johnson passes to Niang for the lead. Rebound Miami.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Despite ups and downs, the Atlanta Hawks have remained in the hunt season to season, Stan.
Well, Brian, this team has a lot of resilience. They're scrappy, they're hardworking, and it's helped them stay on the margins, at least, of the playoff picture.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
With the game on the line, Ice Trey is dangerous man. Young said, I've been owning the moment my whole life. That's what I do. I've worked too hard to be afraid of the moment. Brian?
Well, Allie, it definitely shows in his play. It's great stuff there. Thank you. And so it's Young with it. He brings it up for Atlanta. Trailing by 2. Johnson finds Young. A minute 20 left to play in the third quarter here. Trey quick on the take, and he makes it. Young's got 7 now in this quarter.
The quicks off Trey Young. He gets to the rim at will. Better come with help side defense.
There's a screen. Burks against Young. And Burks gets it to go. Burks has gotten his second bucket on the night.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Burks against Young. 46 seconds left in the third quarter here. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. And your first NBA coaching job was with the Miami Heat, Stan. That was as an assistant back in the 90s, just a few years ago.
Yeah, just a few, Brian. And the Heat have changed a lot. The game has changed a lot over those years. Look, back then, the Heat were probably the most physical team in the NBA, and it was just knockdown, drag-out fights all the time.
Here's Capella. The kick out to Young. 24 seconds left in the third quarter. Inside, here's Mann. That one's good, and it's Young with the assist. Mann's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Well, sharp interior passing is so important. The best way to create high percentage buckets.
Outside Burks. Basket counts. Burks has got 10 points here in the second half. That takes us to the end of the third quarter. What a game. Neither team giving ground. Miami out in front. They're up by 3. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Woo, I'm fired up to see this dish one more time. It's always great to see your 2 guards share the wealth.
Yeah, and if you have both guards dishing like that and putting up points, wow, a coach's dream.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. They've got Terrence Mann, George Niang out there with Clint Capella. Then there's Johnson, and it's Young in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Shot clock at 5. Adebayo sets a screen. Shoots from the baseline. Okongwu with the rebound. Hawks trail by 3. Here's Rizachet. Here he goes. Outside for LeVert. Nance with a screen on Hero. LeVert passes to Nance. And Nance with the slam.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Hero with it. Now Okongwu defending. And out of bounds. Atlanta will have it.
Yeah, not a great pass there. You got to be on the same page as your teammates.
Atlanta's gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. To take the lead. The shot by LeVert, no good. Miami has gone 6 of 14 from the perimeter tonight. From deep, that's good from Jaquez on the assist by Wiggins. Wiggins has got his 3rd assist of the night. Nance with a screen on Hero. LeVert passes to Nance. Okongwu up top. Pass to Daniels. Takes a 3. And Hero grabs the board. Heat leading by 4. Now here's Adebayo. Hero with it. Wiggins outside. Here's Wiggins to the hole, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Yeah, offensively, Wiggins is putting together some great numbers. And so far, he's shown no intention of slowing down.
Outside Jaquez. All alone. Okongwu with the rebound. The Hawks have gone 1 of 4 since the 4th quarter began. On the wing, Daniels. Jaquez covers. There's the triple. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the 3-point bucket. But he'll head to the line for 3.
You know, not the smartest play a defender can make there.
And he's good on the 2nd. And he nails the 3rd.
Just a tough miss at the line. They're down 2 baskets now.
And so Hero will bring it up for Miami. Adebayo, a screen on LeVert.
I have to admit, I mean, it's always a tough decision for the ref on the block charge call.
Pass to Jaquez. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
This guy is putting on a clinic for the people.
Man, I'm shocked. I can't believe he pulled that off in a real game. Okongwu, a screen on Hero. Here's LeVert. There's the drive.
Easy to see why they trust LeVert's judgment. Impressive watching him getting it done in a big spot.
Here's Hero. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
I'll tell you, those finishes are always extra special when they come from your point guard.
Oh, forget about his passing. Can we see more dunking?
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
6 on the shot clock. LeVert outside. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. We've got 1:23 left in the 4th quarter here. Hero for 3. Ooh, he's been flawless tonight. Now he's 6 for 6.
Yeah, absolutely no hesitation from Hero. He shoots at will from range.
Here's LeVert. And he goes in for the dunk.
Yeah, this is when they need to lean on him more. Get him the ball and let him build some momentum.
It's Hero on the take. Wiggins for 3. The rebound by the Hawks.
You know, I think it's desperation time for them.
It's not going to be easy now. They're going to need just about everything to go right from this point on.
LeVert passes to Daniels. Nance the screen. 4 on the clock. Yes!
And how about Daniels embracing the spotlight? He loves hitting these big-time shots.
Here's Wiggins. Oh, misses the dunk.
Come on. If you're going to go for the crazy dunk, you better finish it.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
Did you guys see that? What an insane slam.
Man, you got to have some and no surprise here at this stage of the game.
This will slow the action down. But with so many close calls in every game, the NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Oh, it's stolen by LeVert. And so Miami takes the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them. They had to dig deep to come out on top.
On 2K Sport, a look at the Magic starting group. Wagner and Banchero are the forwards. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. And it's Carter in at the 5. And for the Hawks, they've got Rizachet. Larry Nance out there with Okongwu. Then it's Daniels, and it's Young in at the point. You know, Clark, when you take a look at how these teams play, is it fair to expect a slower pace of the game?
I certainly think so, partner. I mean, both teams are extremely disciplined. They're not really interested in going up and down in a windshield wiper fashion. They value taking care of the ball and playing in the half court.
Out left to the wing, Banchero, and the 3 ball is good.
And he's got a nice fluid motion on his long-range shots. I think Banchero will be a consistent three-point shooter at the NBA level.
Okongwu with the screen for Young. Nance outside. Off target with his 3. And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for the Orlando Magic. Pass to Banchero. Out to Carter. 5 to shoot. No one near Suggs as he lets it go. That's in there. Carter with the assist.
And as we see Suggs develop his game, you'll see more of this. Jalen with the ability to operate off ball.
To the paint. Here's Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
Here's Suggs. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Tell you what, I love when Suggs attacks the defense like this because he's so hard to guard when he's aggressively looking to get to the rim.
Here's Young. Pass to Okongwu. And here's Nance. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
Atlanta has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Here's Young. Pass to Daniel. Now, here's Okongwu. Jacks up a 3, and there's Daniel. That's good on the assist by Okongwu.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Here's Suggs, and Suggs throws it down.
Get up, Jalen Suggs. This guy also a terrific football player in high school.
And it's Rizachet missing. And Wagner's got the ball here for the Orlando Magic. Knocks it loose. And now here comes Daniel. Leading the break. Nance with it. Defended now by Wagner. And it's Rizachet missing. Orlando's gone 2 of 2 from 3-point range here in the first quarter. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Paolo Banchero is not skipping steps. Magic superstar says it's like anything in life, it's a process. Having that perspective just makes you want to work every day because this is the best league in the world. If you become impatient, you're going to drive yourself crazy. It's a cliche, Kevin. Just keep pounding away. Back to you.
Well said, David. Dedication to the craft. EA, thanks. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Suggs. The Magic again can't hit. For Atlanta, they've gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8.
I tell you what, Nance plays with a force every night. Explosive, tough, fearless.
Suggs looking around. Okongwu grabs the board.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
It's Young on the wing. He's covered by Suggs. And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Here's Wagner. Nothing on the board. Caldwell Pope on the wing, defended by Young. They get the rebound. Wagner outside. Another shot. Good. He hits the jump shot.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Hawks lead by 1. And we'll get the second quarter under. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Hawks.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
And another thing coach will be thrilled with, the assist numbers, spreading the wealth and creating some offensive opportunities.
This is how the floor looks for the Magic start in the second. Sliding in at the wing, we'll see Caldwell Pope and Wagner. Underneath, in the post, it's Banchero and Carter Jr. And it's Suggs in at the point. Throughout his career, Clark, Kentavious Caldwell Pope has proven himself to be a quality player.
He certainly has, and I love the way he plays. He's locked in all the time at both ends. Really not only understands his role, Kevin, but embraces it. He's out there to space the floor with his shooting and then provide a lot of energy and versatility on defense.
And this is the type of go-to scorer this team wants Banchero to be. They love his confidence.
Young, good.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Banchero with the screen. Shot from 16. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
You got to give respect to Caldwell Pope's mid-range jump shot. He's got the green light to take this shot, and that green light is always on.
Suggs against Young. To the inside. And Okongwu slams it in.
You know, an awesome decision maker in that pick and roll. Young taking whatever he sees in these sets.
Poke loose. Daniels with it. Picked up by Suggs. Here's Okongwu.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Pass to Wagner. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Now, here's Suggs. He has 7. An easy 2 points on the layup. Suggs has got 9 points.
Hey, you can see that former football player mentality and history on display with Suggs. He is fearless.
Okongwu with a screen on Suggs. Young outside. Pass to Okongwu. Nance outside. A three-pointer, no good. The Magic trail by 3. That's good from Caldwell Pope on the assist from Suggs. Suggs has got 3 assists tonight. Now Young. 5 points in the game. Fires from deep. Banchero grabs the board.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And here's Young from the arc. The Hawks again can't hit. And Wagner's got the ball here for Orlando. Banchero finds Caldwell Pope, drills the three-pointer. He has 7. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. What are some of the tricks of the trade in that regard?
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength
A lot goes into it. Also, getting the cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
Shot clock at 5. Back to Okongwu. No good, unable to end this run. Orlando's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting.
Love the rise and fire approach from KCP. Got to be impressed with this guy's confidence.
Young from outside. Carter pulls it in. Carter's got his 4th rebound in this one. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Young against Suggs. Nance sends a screen for Young. Sinks the three-pointer. Young's got 8 points.
And from beyond the arc, he puts a stop to that 12-0 run by Orlando.
And the foul on Dyson Daniels. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
10 seconds.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. For 3, Caldwell Pope. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Hey, you got to love that response. KCP not wasting any time getting those points back. Right back at him.
Young inside. He's covered by Suggs. Okongwu with a screen on Banchero. Pass to Rizachet. Pocket 6. Fires the 3. He can't get that one to fall. That'll do it for the first half. Magic out in front as they end the 2nd quarter. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the 2nd half momentarily.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. They're thinking about the shot.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The 2nd half of this game still to play. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope really making a difference here.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on them from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, the stroke looks fantastic. Even when he's had a hand in his face, it hasn't affected him at all.
We've got LeVert. Johnson is out there with George Niang. Then it's Clint Capella, and it's man in at the 2 spot. That's the group starting the 2nd half for Quinn Snyder. Here's LeVert, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Boy, LeVert gets really good elevation when finishing. So smooth around the rim.
And the call will be against Karis LeVert. That's his 1st foul. Magic leading by 7. Black in the post. LeVert defending. Here's Black. Isaac a screen on LeVert. Down low. Isaac passes to Wagner. Orlando needs to get off a shot. Here's De Silva. Offensive rebound. He can't get that one. Atlanta shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Here's Johnson. And then Johnson with the jam.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
You take a risk with those long passes. They're lucky the D couldn't collect it.
And with a little over a minute gone, the 2nd half is underway. Here's Houston. Makes it off the glass.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
LeVert with it. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds to the Hawks as Atlanta retains possession. On defense, the Magic. Now, man. Scoreless thus far. 4 on the clock. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Here's Houston. Defended by man. Houston's shot is off. The Hawks trail by 7. LeVert in the corner. Capella against Wagner. Screen by Niang. A 3-ball. Mann gets the bucket. Mann's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
Wagner a screen on LeVert. Here's Black. Pass to Houston. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
The Magic shooting their first free throw of the game right now. And so LeVert will bring it up for the Hawks. 7-point differential. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Here's Mann. Off target from outside. Magic leading by 7. Here's De Silva, and he banks in the layup.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
We've got 1:55 left in the third quarter. Here's Mann from deep three-point land. Here's Capella, and he slams it down right on top of Jonathan Isaac.
Well, Capella's tenacity is so impressive. I mean, he's got an unlimited abundance of energy when it comes to offensive rebound.
Inside, Isaac. And Isaac throws it down.
I tell you what, he is one guy you do not stand in the way of when he decides to attack the basket.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, last season the Magic extended Coach Jamal Mosley's contract through 2028. He said, it's not about me. I just want each one of these guys to reach their full potential. This game has been good to all of us. I want to be part of maximizing how great they can be on and off the court. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. On the wing, Isaac. Orlando moving the ball around. Here's Houston. He's got 5, just 5 on the clock. Rebound by Johnson. And here is Capella. And stolen by Wagner. And now Orlando on the break. Lets the 3 fly. It doesn't go for him. The Hawks trail by 7. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Now here's LeVert. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Crafty move. The shot misses.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
And so it's Orlando bringing the quarter to a close with us. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to fire.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And so in the game for the Magic, Wagner out there with Isaac. Then there's Black. And it's De Silva in at the small forward position. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Good on the triple. And the Magic lead by 8.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident, too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all his work from behind the arc.
And he comes up with the deuce.
And this guy can light up the night with his scoring. Hard for the defense to contain Young.
And there's the drive. And Suggs throws it down.
just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
The kick out to Young. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Magic leading by 8. There's the drive. Here's Suggs. That one is good again. He's 6 straight from the floor with the basket.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him. Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
And the foul on Dyson Daniel. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the 4th. Let's it fly from 18. And Orlando again with the bucket.
Yeah, and once he gets the switch turned on, Caldwell Pope is not going to be slowed down. He can heat up quickly.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down.
And Young, a fiery competitor, someone who enjoys getting under the skin of opposing players, taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Pass to Rizachet. Nance sends a screen for Rizachet. 6 on the shot clock. Nance with it. Picked up by Banchero. 3-pointer, Daniels. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Banchero outside. Here he goes. And finished off by Banchero.
And once Banchero gets going, boy, it's hard to stop him. Given his size and speed, he's going to be a handful.
Suggs against Young. Nance a screen on Suggs. Young with no one around. The Hawks again can't hit. Orlando leading by 15. There's 1:38 left in the 4th quarter. And it's Suggs missing. Atlanta's gone ice cold from 3-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Young looking around. Okongwu a screen. No one covers.
And the thing about Young's jumper, it's almost intimidating. And that unlocks so many other options for him.
And the foul on Dyson Daniel. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Here's Suggs. 1:11 left to play in the final quarter. Beyond the arc.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for Orlando.
They really had it going, guys. Their offense propelled them.
In this case, it was the higher shooting percentage that made the difference and earned them the W.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
Well, the defense just couldn't figure him out, and he continued to put it to him.
And now the fast break. Banchero with the ball.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what, and they got it done.
Hawks foul. Trey Young. His 2nd. Team starter.
He's off on the 1st.
No denying the future is certainly bright for Wagner. He's a superb scorer already who also is growing as a passer.
Yo, match up on Trey.
Young outside, takes a 3. so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin to come into an opponent's building and dominate. David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For David Aldridge, Greg